Yeah, when it's come to EquiBeing Foundation, we believe in holistic development of children with visual impairment. Hence, if you see our pillars, mostly education, livelihood, health and well-being, where the sports will come under health and well-being. That is what we believe when we are talking about holistic education, holistic development. These three pillars are very, very important. So, in that sense, if you see our holistic education initiative we are implementing in Karnataka, Kerala, and Maharashtra. Now we are working with 32 schools. Karnataka we are working with 22 schools, and again we are working 9 schools in Maharashtra and 3 schools here in Kerala. Mostly we will focus on digital literacy, which is very, very important for person with visual impairment to merge with upcoming challenges. And secondly, of course, the communication skills, which are very, very important. Mostly we are focusing on communicative English skills. And thirdly, of course, the sports part, because we do believe sports is very, very important for children with visual impairment. Not just an activity, also to enhance their well-being. That is where this holistic education initiative is planned. And we are working with, as I just mentioned, 32 schools, and mostly we are covering 1,200 children this year to enhance their learning outcomes when it comes to digital literacy and communicative English. Also, our studies are saying that Braille is also very, very important. So this year we decided to even start or even initiate our Braille training, Braille as a component in all our special schools where we are working. So in this context, we are here to enhance children learning outcomes, capacity building of parents, capacity building of teachers to ensure learning outcomes for children with visual impairment. So this is what the key component of holistic education initiative. Yes, when we are talking about geographical expansion, we went to Maharashtra. We are working in the Vidarbha region, which is mostly popular for various reasons. And we are working in Vidarbha, Amravati and Nagpur. We have identified 5 schools with visual impairment. And it was really amazing when my team was visiting there to understand how many children are there, what kind of schools are there, and what kind of issues that schools are facing. Actually, the schools, the management are truly welcomed EquiBeing Foundation to work with those schools who believes holistic education initiative is very, very important for children with visual impairment. In that sense, we have signed an MOU with all 5 schools in the Vidarbha region, and we are deploying facilitator to enhance digital literacy. And also we are doing situation analysis to understand what kind of issues the school is having and how EquiBeing Foundation can address it, and how the government of Maharashtra can also address it to present the data what we are collecting through our situation analysis. I mean, in that sense, we are working with all our 5 schools there in Vidarbha to enhance digital literacy of children with visual impairment. And again, we are working with management, we are working with parents, and we are working with the teachers as well to make a sustainable impact for children with visual impairment. And again, recently, we are also planning to have a situation analysis in Maharashtra. We understood that Maharashtra is having more number of children school with visual impairment. We wanted to understand what kind of schools are there and what kind of issues that schools are facing, and what kind of solutions that we can bring as an organization by working with the government of Maharashtra. So in that sense, we have planned to go with the situation analysis, which is very comprehensive analysis, which will talk about infrastructure, gaps of infrastructure, and the learning outcomes, capacity building of teachers, parents engagement, teachers empowerment, and all. Then we are planning to have a consolidated report and to present government of Maharashtra to take this forward in whichever way they can address it. So I mean, we are not just here to enhance an individual child's outcome. We are also here to how to enhance institutional capabilities and also how to bring a social change at a system level. And that is where our work is happening even in Maharashtra as well. Yeah, organization like EquiBeing Foundation, which is a young organization, which is intensively addressing the gaps, learning gaps, educational gaps, livelihood gaps for person with visual impairment or children with visual impairment. The organization development is very, very important. The structure is very, very important. And bringing new leaders, bringing young leaders, bringing knowledge, bringing experienced people to work with our committees to work with our organization is very, very important. In that sense, we do believe not just on the process, we do believe in people. because end of the day, any organization is not just an organization built by people, organization built by process, and our organization is built by procedures. So that is where the EquiBeing Foundation believes in its own people, own process and own procedures. So if you see since last 4 or 5 months, we are reaching many more people to bring them, to learn from them, and how to address this issues collectively. So that is where, as a leader, as a director of the EquiBeing Foundation, I'm working with our people, creating structures, creating SOPs, creating clear-cut KRAs where they can truly perform towards the expectation what organization is having. So in that context, the org building is also very important. I mean, as an organization, we believe people are very important, processes are very important. So that is where even we are trying to address many other concerns to make our organization people-oriented or people-centric organization.